Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evan Seago. I know I've been lacking in uploading content lately. Things have just been busy for me for the past few months, working on projects coming out later this year, finding new material to work with, the pandemic, and so forth. As well as my birthday, which was on the 22nd this past July, so yeah, your boy's now 21. Me and my twin brother had an awesome birthday, by the way, for anyone asking. I've been really wanting to start posting content that I find very interesting, like taped monologues, covers, discussion videos about acting, but I decided to talk about a very important moment in my career that not a lot of people know about. Neither the actual show nor my performance. So, let's get started. Because it's, very interesting. I've been acting for a good while now, and I've played a plethora of versatile roles, from authoritative figures to animated characters who go from dancing to going to completely manic. But there was one role in particular that really changed who I am as an actor, and also changed my reputation as an actor. The play was called Lizard. Now, to clarify about some background information, Lizard is a play which was based off of the novel of the same name, written by the same man, an amazingly gifted writer named Dennis Covington. He has written several novels, including Lasso the Moon and his most famous work, Salvation on Sand Mountain. But Lizard is probably his most underrated. It's an amazing coming-of-age story that actually takes place not far from where I'm from, actually. It's an amazing play, as well as having a musical adaptation called A Boy Called Lizard. Now, I could ramble on about more details, but I think this quote from Concord Theatrical summarizes the show best. This musical revolves around a boy named Lucius Sims, with his sea-green eyes more displaced than most people's and a nose deformed at birth. Lucius, or Lizard, as he is called by his friends at the Leesville State School for Retarded Boys, looks and feels like a freak due to his reptilian features. So when Callahan, a shoe salesman from up north, arrives and claims to be his father, Lizard takes a chance. Believing that his father is dead, he escapes from his miserable life at the reformatory into the madcap world of Callahan's traveling theater troupe and their ragtag production of Shakespeare's The Tempest. His journey with the charismatic yet brooding Callahan is at the heart of this deeply affecting story, as Lizard touches the lives of all that know him, and in his search to find a real home. Lizard just might find a world in which he can truly be accepted and set his spirit free. This all started back in March of 2016, back in my junior year of high school. I was finishing a weekend performance of our revival of Seussical Jr., where I played the lead role, Horton the Elephant. Now, after the show, I was greeted by a man who later became one of my great mentors. His name is Mr. McNeely, and he is the theater coordinator at my local university. He came up to me and was very impressed with my performance. He came back the next week and talked with the cast, saying he was so impressed with everyone. Now, afterwards, he spoke to me and my theater teacher, another one of my mentors, about a role he wanted me to audition for. Now, I was completely shocked about it, and once I got the script to look at it, I was completely surprised about the complexity of the role. It was more complex than anything I've ever read in my whole life, and from that moment on, I worked so hard in preparing for my audition. Now, out of all the roles I've played in my life thus far, I did more research for Lizard than any other because he was just so complex to me. And once I was prepared enough, I was ready to ace my audition. And it went really well. And shortly after, one day, I was out walking with my twin brother Ethan. I got a call from Mr. McNeely, and he offered me the role. Now, I was just super excited. And of course I said yes, and I told him I will not let him down. And then, the real work began. Now, like I said, I did a considerable amount of research when it came to Lizard, like, a lot. Because it's said that he was physically handicapped as well as his eyes being far apart and so forth. I watched as much material as I could that had any relation to it. I Am Sam, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, The Other Sister, but it also hit me that Lizard wasn't mentally handicapped. So the real challenge was to honestly portray him balancing the effect of being physically disabled, but not mentally. Now, one day I was looking in the script, and it had the original cast from the Alabama Shakespeare Festival production printed in it, and it showed who played Lizard. I was completely shocked when I found out who did, though. The man who played him went on to become a two-time Tony Award-winning Broadway legend. Norbert Leo Butz. Now, I immediately went to see if I could find any information or videos of his performance, because when playing a role on stage that was previously played by someone else, I try to watch their interpretation to get an idea of it, of the character, and to get inspired. there was only one video of his performance. A news story in Alabama promoting the show.
Premiere.
Maybe this won't last too long.
Can I take my blue-tailed skate?
No.
What about my red-bellied toe?
No.
Well, this, like you said, is a world premiere play, so we started... That's always different than working on, you know, a tried, true play. There were changes made all the way up until this week, you know, minor changes. We found this line works better here, or we need an addition here, or can I find a different way of saying this? So there was constant adjusting. Everyone had to be very flexible. So that was what was unique about this experience.
Alton Broussard's not a rich man, but he's got a steady job and his own house up near the mountain.
Yeah, you have a lot of expectation and hope for the show.
As you can see, it is very inspiring, and it got me really pumped and inspired. I decided to create my own portrayal of Lizard shortly after that, based off this picture I'm about to show you. As you can see, I gave myself an overbite, I positioned my hip to look out of place as well as walking with a limp, I manipulated my right hand to look crippled, I gave myself an integrated head tick, and I wore a prosthetic nose because it allowed me to sort of look cross-eyed, and plus Lizard I think kinda had a big nose, but this was all during the show by the way. So, rehearsals started right away. The first few rehearsals were with just the three main actors including me, because Mr. McNeely, our director, wanted us to become closer and develop a relationship with our characters. And it definitely worked. Then soon after, rehearsals with the rest of the cast went on. Everyone in the cast was just absolutely amazing and talented. They taught me a lot, and I say that because most of them were very experienced. Now, one thing I do want to talk about is the script itself. It's not a bad script by any means. It's a very long script, and the lines were very demanding to memorize, for everyone actually. For me especially, because I was in every scene, and the play had 20 scenes in total. In actual time, it's 3 hours and 4 minutes. But it was worth it. And by the way, if you want to see what I mean, here's some screenshots of pages from the script. Everything highlighted was for me. Cut to the actual show week. Rehearsals have been going well, and we had our dress rehearsal that Sunday. Now our first show was that Wednesday on September 28th through October 1st, so 5 shows. And we were all excited to present the story to the city, and I was very excited for everyone I knew to come see it. Opening night was a success, and every show after was too. And just a little thing I want to say, I truly felt like I was on Broadway during that show. And another cool thing was, Mr. McNeely told us that week that Dennis Covington might be coming to see the show, so I was expecting him to come to any of them. Well, at our second show that Thursday night, guess who came and saw it? Mr. Covington himself. He came back the next day, hours before our next show, to talk with our entire cast. He was so happy and pleased with our production and simple yet effective set design. He told me about how he created the story and origins of Lizard. Years ago, when he was stationed in Fort Polk, he was at the Leesville State School, and he saw a young 13-year-old boy named Lovato, in which Lizard was based on. He said he was very physically handicapped and very shy. Now, he never got to really meet him personally, but he heard him sing one night, and he said that voice stuck with him. He also told me that from all the productions that he's seen of the show, mine and Norbert's performances were the best he's ever seen. Now, that really meant a lot to me. I mean, who would have thought of being compared to a Broadway legend? He wished us all good luck for the rest of the shows, and we all signed a poster for him for the show. It was just an amazing experience. I can't say anything more about it. It was just an absolutely amazing experience. Now, fun little facts about the experience I want to talk about. For starters, I sweated so much during the performances I ended up losing 13 pounds. Even though it didn't look like it on stage, I was sweating buckets. Even though I had my hand in a crippled, contorted position throughout the entire experience, my hand only cramped up once. It was the day of opening night and I was in my last class period. I was writing something, then all of a sudden, it cramped for like 5 to 10 seconds. And then it was over, nothing else happened. I thought that was just weird. But I also wanted to add something that I thought was very interesting. Norbert and I had a 10-year age difference when playing Lizard. He was 27 when he played him at the time, and I was 17. I mean, how cool is that? And that, everyone, is my experience with Lizard. Now, I can honestly say that this experience and opportunity was just a gift from God, and I'm so thankful for that experience, and it really helped me grow not just as an actor, but as a person, too. And I hope you all enjoyed this little dive into my career. I really want to start posting more content, and I think this was a great way to start it off. Now, make sure to subscribe down below, follow me on my given social media platforms, and so forth. Hope y'all all enjoyed, and God bless you.